Hello, everybody. Welcome to the channel. I don't know if I have anybody waiting just yet. Yes, there are 4 people already here. Please say hello in the chat. I'm so excited to be talking about all of this tonight. I love you guys. I'm going to be doing just a little bit of a collective reading and with some stuff that's been coming up lately about a new template for relationships. And actually having us create that together with the energy of the Virgo new moon. So this is a collaboration between us, between the universe, and it's time to manifest exactly what it is and send energy to what we've been manifesting and asking for anyway. Okay, so I posted 2 other readings today. If you guys haven't seen those, go back and take a look at those because they're totally connected to the energy that's being downloaded today. And the information, there's a lot of rainbow energy, there's a lot of union energy, and what exactly union means for each of us. And there's this like equation that came up in one of the readings too, like this plus this equals union. So they're giving us the ability to add in that extra component in the equation. If we don't set our intentions for what that piece of the puzzle looks like, we can't manifest the whole thing because we have free will, because we are co-creators. That's what we're here to do. If we don't set the intention to surrender to that power inside of us and create that for ourselves, the equation doesn't come together. We still are just slaves to the external world and reacting to what's going on around us instead of creating what's going on around us, right? Yes, everybody give a thumbs up right now too, and interact with each other in the chat. I'm going to be doing some mini readings also. So we're talking about relationships, and I will do some readings on your personal relationships, whether that's your romantic relationships or family, or you're going to see that they're all connected anyway with the way that we're creating it. But whatever it is, whatever kind of questions you guys have, we're going to be doing those readings for $22.22 US dollars. The information for that, I pinned the link for that at the PayPal me at Hawk Intuition, or you can do the little money sign down here at the bottom and contribute in that way. Okay. Maggie is here being our moderator today. And hi, Lynette. How are you? I'm so glad to see you too. And Alyssa and Jennifer, I just sent you over a comment on my other video too. I love you so much. And who is this? Screewall J. That name looks very familiar to me. So if you guys are interested in a private reading, go ahead and either click that link or use the I guess it's called super chat. I don't know what the hell it is down at the bottom there. Okay. So part of our job as light workers, as some of you resonate as twin flames, divine masculine, divine feminine, however you entered this journey of consciousness, we are being asked right now to consciously create a new template for relationships. And so much of the work that we've been doing on ourselves in order to balance our relationship with ourselves has been leading up to calling in soul relationships, soul works, purpose work, romantic relationships too, in order to anchor that new template into the earth and to example those relationships for the more unconscious or unawake part of the collective right now, so that they can visually see it with their eyes too. It's important for it to be anchored in the 3D in a physical way with a physical person, in order for people to, and children, I'm hearing, to witness the new template and the freedom in a divine conscious connection and conscious relationship. Our work has been to shed the old beliefs, the old limiting beliefs in how we relate to ourselves, to money, to our family, to our bosses, to our jobs, to the world around us, to the earth itself. We are in the process of creating all new relationships. when it comes to that. And all the healing work that we've done on ourselves, we've been releasing all of these programs that have kept us separate from having divine connections and understanding and conscious connections with everything around us, with our homes, with our cats, with everything. So, what do these conscious relationships look like? I'm just going to go through this real quick. While it's on the top of my mind, I've got a lot of it written down that I was kind of downloading today and taking notes about. It's like in the middle of a session, and I would write this down. And then I was over there vacuuming, and then I would stop and I would write more down as it was coming through and as it was becoming a little bit clearer and clearer. And we've also been working on our self-worth. So the relationship with ourselves and figuring out what worth means. What is our worth? How does that show up to us? How do we witness it? Because we've been so focused on witnessing what's wrong and what's negative and what needs to be healed and what needs to be fixed, instead of just witnessing it's the gift that it is. So another relationship we're working on is the one with our shadow. That's the one that we've been mastering the last couple of years, is our relationship with our shadow, and being able to see it, recognize it, appreciate it, and build a collaborative relationship with it so that it doesn't have such a hold on us, so that we don't hold on to it out of fear also. The last video that I did was about this. It's funny, this door is still open here. And it started with, there's a new door open. There's a door open. And for some reason, because I'm not used to it, it makes me uncomfortable. I'm used to seeing visually a certain picture here, and having that door open makes me uncomfortable. And what they were telling me is that there is a door that I opened that door. I opened that door. And I'm uncomfortable about what I'm letting in. Not because it's bad, not because I don't fear it. It's just different. It's like something's there. I can feel it coming in. And it feels good and yet super scary at the same time. It's because it's the unknown. It's the unknown, and we have no idea what that person, what that opportunity, what that relationship looks like. Because we actually haven't tuned into and crafted what that relationship is supposed to look like and let ourselves feel it, even though we have never experienced it before, using our multidimensional skills and gifts to not only create that, but to tune into the fact that if we have the intention to create that, it actually already exists anyway. So, we're done here. We have the intention to create that. I have the intention to create that. So essentially for me, it's pretty much already created. And we get to tune into that. We get to step onto that timeline, to our highest timeline. And we keep asking for that. We keep asking for divine relationships. We keep asking for balance in our lives. We keep asking for a healthy relationship with money. We keep asking for these things, and something else comes up in order to show us where our fear lies in stepping into that. And it is this push, pull, push, pull, push, pull. But we've done so much of that work that the door is open so much now that it's like right outside that door, right outside there. Like, you can even see my cat is actually laying on the threshold. He's almost guarding the way a little bit, but he's so lazy. He wouldn't guard this house for nothing. If I yelled right now, he would take off. So it's funny, but it's like right there. And it's so peaceful. It doesn't need to fight. It doesn't need to do anything except lay there and just be fat and happy and peaceful. That's the energy that's coming in for so many of us. But you know what? Peace scares the shit out of us. Survival mode is the thing that keeps us feeling safe, and sometimes excited, and sometimes energized. Like, if we can keep up that defensiveness, that defense mode, then we're always protected, we're always on guard, we're always getting this jolt of some sort of adrenaline or whatever it is. But it's because our nervous system is programmed for that. So I'm sick of it. I'm fucking sick of it. Okay. I can't do it anymore. I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted from this sustained survival mode. And there's like something in my stomach right now that is like right at the verge of just surrender, total surrender. I can't fight anymore. I can't fight this thing coming in anymore. Why am I doing that? Why am I doing that? Because my little girl, because I feel or have felt not worthy. We have the ability to receive everything that we're asking for. And it's right there, but we have to learn how to receive it. So if we can picture it, if we can view it, even just the viewing it is enough to receive it, right? So what does that new template look like? The freedom to choose to be in the relationship or not in the relationship. I have the right to choose that on a daily basis. Nothing binds me. I'm a divine being. Does this contract, this legal contract, bind me? In the old template, yes, in that kind of way. In the new divine template, the idea of marriage is different. It's different. It is a choice to be present in that space every single day. And if you are not present, then you have the right to choose to take the time to get yourself to a place of presence and to have the freedom and the space and the flexibility. It's like this, I can see this like flexible kind of, it looks like a tendon almost between you and a partner that says, okay, go, okay, go ground yourself or go take care of yourself or I mean you're free to be you. I want you to be you no matter what. I want you to express that to me too. I want you to have the freedom to express that to me. I am so scared today. Your love scares the shit out of me today, and I choose not to be in this space right at this moment because I'm very scared. So I'm just going to go stand over here for a little while. But there is this freedom to express that. Okay? You have the freedom to choose all the time. And so do they. There's no bindings there. When someone says something came up in a session yesterday about a person wanting to date you but not wanting a relationship, not wanting something serious or a commitment because the imprint of commitment and relationship in the past for them has kept them bound in a way that they were not free to be themselves. And so it's like, well, define commitment. What does commitment even mean to you, really? It just, it just really to me means I am devoted to being present here, wherever I am at all times. So I am present right here and in this now moment. I am very scared and I feel a little bit shut down right now. But communicating that and being present with that gives the other person the choice, the option to hold that space, to be that space without any expectation that you're bound to me. You're responsible for holding that space and being that person and being my person. And you have to do this and you have to endure all of this, even though you're not up for it or whatever. It's also giving them the choice to be that space or to not be that space and to not need to be the one who fills all of your needs. So when we talk about the ideal relationship, we're talking about fostering those relationships with your friends, with your support system, with your people, with your family, with your soul family, with your work family, with money, with all of these different things, because one person cannot fill all of your needs, and they're not supposed to. But a whole village of people are meant to not only help to connect with you in the way that you need in that moment, you're filling one of their needs to be of purpose in your life. You're filling like a contract that you have with them too. But you are rounding out and extracting these energies and these expressions of certain characteristics from within you in a way that you never could with one person. You never could with one person. And there are going to be some things about that one person or that job or the money. That is not going to fill a specific need. So that person, if you're talking about a romantic relationship, that person is never going to be able to fill the need of something, some sort of sisterhood or like a girl's understanding or something like that. As much as you try to get them to access that space, they may not be meant to. Or, many other things that it could be. But as much as you would want them to be all of those things in order to have it all right there in one beautiful package, they're not meant to, because you are supposed to touch so many other people. You're supposed to connect with them. You're supposed to offer them and share yourself and your needs with them in a way that helps them and fortifies this grid of, it's like I just see all of these node points, magical node points. It's like twin flames are not each other's everything. There are other twin flames in your soul group who you are meant to get your needs filled with and fill their needs as well in being that support or whatever it is when they ring their bell and they need you. And the combination of all of those points connecting is this united union force. Not just twin flames, but any soul group of people. So you also get to choose what your new template is. If you don't resonate with some of the things that I'm saying, it's not your template. You're creating the template that satisfies and is the culmination of your equation. What is it that you add to that template, to that ideal relationship? So I want you to think about, what is that ideal relationship? If you're thinking about a romantic relationship, what are the characteristics of that? What is that? What does it feel like too? It feels like freedom. I get to choose my thoughts too. In this relationship, I don't feel like I'm taking on their energy. A lot of times, a lot of empaths lose themselves in relationship. Clearing solar plexus right now. But in this relationship, in this ideal relationship that I'm tuning into, this magical divine connection, I can tell the difference between my energy and their energy. And I can feel it and sense it as if it's my own, but it is clear that it's their energy. I'm meant to feel them in a way that nobody else really does. And, I feel that need by resonating with them in that way, but I don't take it on as my own. And I know when my thoughts are my own too, because I've mastered my own. And so have they. And so there's no projection there. There's no need for projection there. And when there is projection there, when there's some sort of triggering, which is going to happen because we are human and we are constantly growing, we're constantly expanding. We are not at the highest level of consciousness. And so some sort of limiting belief system will always be being shed. But that triggering is going to be done in a conscious way. We're going to be able to witness it in a conscious way. So this connection has the freedom of expression that says, boundaries, you're projecting on me and I'm really feeling like you're triggered. And it is safety and stability that says, I can admit that and say, you're right. Yes, I'm triggered. I don't think that this is about you. And even if it is about you, I don't want to project. So, okay, so I'm triggered right now. And it's not this defensive, like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. This is, this protective wall that you put up as if this person is the danger. This relationship is always going to be you and them versus the problem, not you versus them. And if the energy, the reminder of the old template comes in that says, I need to protect myself and it's you versus me, there is going to be a conscious shift that shows you those battling forces and says, wait a minute, no, we're on the same side. It's always you and me. It's always you and me versus the problem. Let's come together and do that. If you need to take the time and the space to ground yourself, to get like balance your nervous system to take yourself out of that physiological response, there will be the awareness and the ability to communicate what you need from the other person or to do for yourself at that point. You have done the work to get yourself to a conscious place. And if you haven't, crafting the tools, knowing what's in your toolbox before you go into a relationship that like this is essential. That's what you've been doing this whole time. So understanding what your tools are to put your back into your body, reassociate with your body, bring yourself back into this flow of divine connection within your vessel. You're going to recognize when you're not in your consciousness. You are only body disassociated, triggered. I need to come back into that before there is damage here. There is this safe space in the center where you meet. That to me feels like divine conscious connection, safety. And it's not just that I feel safe with this other person, though that is one of the boundaries that you have in this space, is that I need to feel safe here. I need to feel safe to express myself, and that there is just witnessing that happens, not fixing, just witnessing. And I will do the same thing for you and respect whatever boundaries they have. The ability to take responsibility and ownership for when you cross whatever boundaries may be there, when you are feeling these things out and figuring each other out. And always coming back to that place of just knowing and peace and calmness in my heart. That's why I want to keep going back to over and over and over and over again, right? Does that make sense? Choosing to share. So it's this freedom and this space to share, express your needs, or to choose not to express those things as well. And if the other person chooses not to express them or share them in that moment, you respecting the fact that that is their choice. It's not that they're intentionally wanting to shut you out, but at that place, their self-awareness says, I'm not in a place of being able to express this right now or needing to at this point. So I will come back to it. I will communicate with you in a way that makes us both feel safe and content with whatever situation it is. But you don't always have to. You're not always obligated to. But there is this openness that says, it's not because of you that I'm not doing that. It's just that this is something that I see. It's something about my self-awareness. And as much as I need to share with you, I will. So it's not about you. It is about my own choice to be. And that is being open, but it's also creating, boundaries for who you are as a person. Choosing to act or react out of love. So this relationship fosters the ability to choose to act or react or step back and witness. There is this choice also to stay or to go. That's the new relationship template. There is the freedom to look at a situation, to look at a relationship or a job or something like that. And you have the freedom to choose to stay or to go. And if you decide to go, there is this peace inside of you that says, it's just that this contract is ended. It just is. I feel it very strongly. I'm at peace with it. There doesn't need to be this warring back and forth. It just comes from a place of trust. There are some relationships that it feels like you can't leave, that you're not able to leave. Like if you co-parent with another person and it is this challenging, like I have this challenging relationship with this person. That relationship, your soul has chosen for you to stay in. So whether you as a human realize it or not, you see this orb floating around right there? The fairies are here big time. I've got my fairy deck out right now. Your soul has chosen to keep you in that relationship. You're not bound. You're not in prison. It is past life energy that is connected to you, but you have been chosen to stay in that space in order to heal those things, to remove those bindings, to sever those ancestral patterns. It's part of your job, and they're there to mirror the growth. It still needs to happen, still needs to happen, still needs to happen. There are going to be those people who challenge you. And it feels as if you don't have a choice to stay. You have to recognize that you are choosing to stay. Your soul chose to have children with them and to be in the place that you are right now. And for me, the way the situation has been coming up, it's been to show me where I've been giving my power away and to create boundaries in order to call back those pieces of myself and empower myself. And not in a way that's fight or flight, in a way that's empowered and creating boundaries. It comes from a place of peace and love for myself. My soul chose him to do that with, and God help my soul that it's a very challenging situation, but it's because I have a lot of power. It's because I have a lot of power inside of me that I need to access. And so he's got to challenge me real bad to get to it all. So I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I'm going to keep working on it. I'm going to keep working on it. I'm going to keep working on it. Okay. Contract. So those people that you can't leave is a contract for learning about relationships, the new relationships, creating new relationship templates from the lessons of the old. And you're going to know when that old template pops back up again, because it's going to feel real uncomfortable, really uncomfortable. It's going to trigger you, and it's going to be, eventually it's going to be like, this is changing. This is changing the way that I have relationships with other people, but the way that I relate to this person as well. By looking at what isn't working anymore, what's not working anymore. You will get to a point of breakdown. You'll get to a point of surrender from a state of like rock bottom. For some of us, that rock bottom is based off of the need to do things on our own. Fuck it. I'll push everybody away. I'll just do it on my own. I'll just do it. It's easier because figuring other people out, figuring out how to relate to other people as an empath, it's exhausting. Can't do it. Fuck it. I'll just do it myself. We're not supposed to do it ourselves. We have to learn to navigate this human experience. And when we get to a point of the fuck it's, we are also going to get to a point of surrender where our guides swoop in, pick us up in their arms and their wings and say, you're not alone. Let me take you to your people. Now that we finally broke you down, now that you've finally surrendered, now that you've seen, you can't do it alone. You have to cry out for help in the night, because that pushing people away has left you in a state of such dire loneliness and disconnect from your humanness that you have no choice but to turn to the divine. All that has a purpose too. Survival mode, I heard all or nothing is something that's not working for us anymore. It's not about all or nothing. Somebody said something the other day about, you made a commitment, and so you need to stick to your commitment. That's like one of the old programs that, our parents used to say to us. And I'm sure some of you still believe that and still say that to other people too, that you feel pride and honor in honoring commitments and blah, blah, blah. But it comes to a point where those commitments become bindings when they don't serve anymore. That commitment was a contract to a certain point. And so where in the rules does it say that a commitment is meant to last forever, or that there's no getting out of, that you're bound by something that you can clearly see you agreed to for the wrong reasons, you agreed to out of triggering, you agreed to out of fawn mode, or you felt like you were forced to agree to, and then come to your senses again at some point and see that you took way too much onto your plate, and you've decided to step up and show love for yourself and really take up for yourself and say, no, that's too much. It's too much. I know I agreed to that. I know I The rules say that I should honor that commitment, but it was entered into when I was in that state of consciousness. And now I'm in this state of consciousness and it does not serve me. And so, it's like honoring a commitment. Does that mean we can never get divorced ever? Divorce is that's probably where it comes from. The idea that divorce is just so frowned upon and looked down on, or a sin or whatever. That it's a commitment between you and God. God brought you together in order to have a successful commitment or a successful marriage. But what did he mean by success? That's my mom. That's my mom calling right now. Oh, God, love her. Did it mean that it had to last? My marriage was a success because I had my children. And because we connected in a way that showed us throughout this entire time that we need to choose ourselves, that we need to be more self-aware, that we were coming from a place of codependency, that we needed to clear these ancestral patterns, and blah, blah, blah. So our marriage was a success, and so was our divorce. My divorce was a commitment. So this all or nothing is not human. I mean, it's a human concept, but when we're talking about consciousness, that it's not in a conscious relationship. Having the binding and it's like an attachment, all or nothing. It's got to last forever. If I make this choice, it has to last forever. And the pressure that we put on that creates this resistance and this hold that inevitably makes the entire thing crumble eventually. It has to be this freedom of flow. When I talk about these connections, again, I'm not just talking about a romantic relationship, but if you're imagining your ideal romantic relationship or divine connection or soul sister relationship, imagine the face of that person. Imagine the face of that person. And now imagine that relationship is money. So all of those speculation, all of those specifications is what I meant, that we put on the relationship that we want, that's the relationship, the divine connection and relationship that you're also meant to have with money. So apply those rules, those characteristics to your relationship with money and build your relationship with that too at the same time. For some of you, I think that you're going to find that you've been asking a lot, but not giving enough. It feels hard to say. It feels hard to admit. But I think that part of the reason why I'm in the place that I'm in right now is because I have not been allowing myself to give and to create outside of expectation. I've been expecting the money to come back around and be, the reflection of whatever, to build a business and to see the money come from it. But if it's not coming from a place of me giving my love in a way that is reflecting such value, the same way, like you want all of these things from your partner, but you can't get all of those things from your partner unless you are those things. So I can't have abundance when it comes to money unless I am an abundant person in all ways. Not the kind of money that I'm asking for anyway. And right now, I'm just asking for the kind of money that pays my bills and supports my kids and allows them to do the things that they want to do and doesn't leave me in survival mode every single month. So we're crafting that relationship. I haven't been looking at the chat at all. Obviously, I've just been 3355 on my time when I just looked up. That's amazing. 33 is the number of Christ for me. The Christed ones, Jesus, Mary Magdalene, Mother Mary, all of the beings that resonate with the Christ energy, however you resonate with that. And the number 55 is a number of big change. So the Christ light is pouring onto the planet right now in order to help you guys achieve this union state and to call in these divine union relationships that you deserve, that are part of your purpose, that you are your job essentially as a light worker. And my divine connection with my romantic person is essentially, the same relationship that I have with other soul divine. I have divine partnerships and divine relationships with many different people who reflect that. They just have different nuances to them. This romantic relationship has a little bit of a different nuance to it. But it's fulfilled in many different ways, not just one person. That's because it's coming from inside of me. The twin flame, the divine feminine, divine masculine, the union energy is coming from within me. It's not just one person that reflects that to me. But there will be that partner as well. So that's what's coming in. That's what's coming in. And it's terrifying. The unknown is terrifying, but it's a lot less terrifying. And we can get ourselves out of survival mode by creating the picture of that. What does it look like? It's not going to be unknown if we decide what it's going to look like and then become that so that it is attracted to us more and more and more, and we're not resisting it with the fear of this thing coming in. I've never known a relationship like that before in my life. I've had aspects of it. I've had glimpses of it, but the fear has always taken over and created and gone back to the distorted old template of that relationship, always, including with my work. That's when the brain kicks in and tries to take over. That's where the programs are. It's when your brain takes over. It's because you're disconnected from your divine spirit and from your inner light. That's when our brain takes over and starts creating and manifesting and creating all of this resistance around you that you then spend all of this time trying to dig your way out of. A very important thing that came up today too about these connections is when it comes to a physical connection, it is very important that these, like I said, be anchored in the 3D. And they involve physical touch, physical connection. So with your romantic partner, obviously that's a deeper level of intimacy, a different kind of, sexual connection. But it does have to do with physical connection with your other people too. And hugging, sitting next to each other, holding hands with your friends, or, any kind of physical affection with another person. We have been clearing trauma wounds that violated our energetic space and our physical space. And so now these new relationships that we're moving into, that we're asking for, are 100% respectful of your space, your energy space, and your physical body. So it will respect what you're saying about, I really want to just sit next to you, but I don't want to sit that close to you right now. I'm a little bit uncomfortable with that. But there was always this fear that, okay, that person's just going to leave, or it's not going to be enough for them. Or it's just like, there's this expectation in relationship that we're in a relationship. And so there's this expectation that we're physical, because who else is going to do it? Like, that's why we're in relationship. That's why we're in a romantic relationship. If you're not going to meet my physical needs, then I'm going to go elsewhere. That's the old template. That's the old threat and the old fear. This divine connection is respectful of that and patient with you deciding what's comfortable, what's not comfortable in any moment, even 5 years down the road. If there's an energy that comes across you that says, I don't know what it is, but right now it's not you. It's something in the energy that's around here, but I'm just feeling like I need a little bit of physical space right now. And that feels more comfortable to me. My wall has moved out just a little bit for whatever reason. And on the other side, they're saying, okay. I respect that. Love you. I'm not going anywhere. I'll sit right here outside of it. And I'll keep you company, or if that's okay with you, or if not, I'll leave and give you some space. And there's that freedom. The beginning of this relationship starts out a lot slower than what some of you are used to. It is not meant to get physical right away. It's not that kind of magnetized, intense. I think that the feelings and the energies and the human body impulses are still there. But the desire to grow in your spiritual connection and your emotional connection takes precedence over everything else, and it always will. So it's like not getting physical right away. And it's not like that's a law, it's not like that's a rule, but that's what I see for the connection. And it could be that that's just what I'm creating for this new relationship template that I'm meant to show too. But it's helping to develop the intimacy in a way that is safer to access and feels easier getting to than any other connection in the past before. And it starts from a sacred space. That's what we're meant to show people too about divine physical connections as well. So whatever that time period means for you, it's going to be different for everybody. That could mean 3 days. If you're used to doing it on the first day, it could be that you spend every waking moment of 3 days together and you're getting to know each other in this spiritual way, and it becomes this tantric experience that, you start exploring breath work and stuff together on the third day. Or it could be 3 months, or it could be, it's going to be different. That's the thing about these relationships. It's going to look like nothing you have ever experienced before. So we take some of the fear away, like I said, by creating that now. Okay. So I don't know if you have been already, or if you want to now put some of those tune into that new template, that new relationship, and the way that it feels, the way that it looks, the aspects of it, here in the comments. And I see that Karen is here too. Hi, Karen. Karen is Pink Feathers. I was talking just a little bit about, some of this came out in a session with her yesterday. We were talking about the new template for relationships. So if you have anything to add to that too, like what your idea is of this new template, put that in the comments and into the chat and connect that with each other. Okay. It feels like that's the basis of that message, the download coming through today. We're going to continue to work on these relationships, but I have a feeling you're going to start to witness some of these aspects with other people, with not just romantic partners, but with friendships. And you're going to look at that friendship, or you're going to look at their relationship, or you're going to look at whatever it is, and you're going to take something from that and say, that's what I'm putting into my template also. And from what I'm witnessing here, that's what I'm witnessing as part of the old template. So I'm going to help to witness that here, remove that from here, so that I can be open to another aspect of this this new template to reveal itself, or for me to add in something that is more aligned with who I am and what I am, like who I am now. Okay, respect. Letting go of expectations. Thank you. I'm just going to scroll back through here. Maggie, I haven't looked at one word on this chat. I'm so sorry. Alyssa, thank you for your donation. Again, if you guys want to do a mini read, let me know. I don't have my PayPal up right now. I forgot to get that up too. So if you donated to get a reading, let me know on here that you paid on PayPal. If not, you can always do the super chat down at the bottom too. Okay. All right. Let me just catch up real quick. So glad to see you guys. Hi, Larea. Alyssa, I'm so glad. I'm so happy to be scheduling these lives too, actually. This is like really what lights me up. And I feel like it's something that I've been missing. There are reasons that I have disconnected in certain ways on this channel over the last year, over the last 2 years. I've revealed some of them, but some more of them have been coming to light recently. And I've removed myself from connecting with other people. These fears have gotten in the way. My doubts in myself have gotten in the way of me really connecting deeply with other people in a way that's authentic. There were pieces of myself that, if you can believe, because I share so much on here, pieces of myself that I was scared to share. And I'm coming to a place now where, again, I'm just like surrendering it all. I've realized that part of my role is to share my story with you through the witnessing of me. So as I come into a higher level of consciousness and I am able to more witness my ego self, witness my human self, and not attach to it, but feel the emotions and witness them and see what they're connected to, or what it is that I'm clearing, or what it is that I'm expanding into. It's like I'm watching the Karen show. My consciousness, my like starseed self came down into this Karen body and is like witnessing the world through Karen's eyes. And it's like I'm coming back to the mothership and just like, this is what happened on episode 1 and this is what happened on episode 2, and watching it like it's a show. I'm telling you guys about my life because I'm translating this world that we're experiencing, this human experience that all of us are experiencing. We all have a shared collective consciousness. And being like, you know what Karen went through today? You're going to be like, I know, that's what Alyssa went through today too. And sharing that from the perspective of a higher consciousness. So when I get into this channel, I'm meant to show you what I'm witnessing about my life, about Karen's life, in order to help us expand and come more and more and more and more often into that higher level of consciousness. So you can do that for yourselves too. Hi, Jackie. Oh, yeah, that's right. That I was like, I know that name. It's their last name, I'm sure. Hi, Jackie. Thank you. Maggie said she loves my glasses. I do have a nice purple glow in there. That is the glare, the reflective, protective kind of thing. I don't know why those words are hard for me to say, but the protective coating that's on there for the glare. Hi, Lori. Nice to see you. Okay, Alyssa, you sent 22. Thank you. I will get yours first. I'm just going to read through these real quick and catch up, and then I will go ahead and pull some cards for you. Lori sent 2. Thank you. Maggie, I'm sure that you did somewhere on here, but if you can just keep a track of the order of the people that I need to read. Was able to photograph 2 different rainbows today. I don't know if Lori, I don't know if you saw my my video from earlier, but I had that experience yesterday too. It was this really beautiful rainbow experience that brought me into this realization about union and about rainbow light and reflective energy that's coming in, and partnership, and a lot of stuff about me and Lloyd. And it was really, it really helped to bring this sense of peace that I haven't had in a long time. So it was like a really beautiful realization. If you haven't seen that, go back and watch that video too. Okay, K Moon has a couple of recent videos on forgiveness and compassion. Oh, okay, Maggie, thank you. As I'm talking, Facebook comes up with a new friend request. It's the Divine Masculine Sister. See how this shit works. I love it. Hi, Belinda. Yes, everyone hit the like button to help support me. Thank you very much. Hi, Emma. Oh, I don't think I've ever seen you before. Emma, have you ever been here before? She is tuning in from England. Where in England are you? Karen is here. It's 444 there. So we've got someone on the west coast of the US and someone all the way over in England. I love it. I wish I had my Hawaii people here too. Okay, Alyssa, Jackie, Lori. Thank you. Hi, Cindy. Cindy's got a reading too. All right, Alyssa, Jackie, Lori, Cindy. Love you guys. Consciously aware relationships. Okay. Lancashire. Home, Lancashire. How do you even say that? Where is that? Where is that? I don't know if you know, but I was in England 5 times in the last 2 years, and we were kind of all over the place. Over on the I guess on the west side of England over there. Okay, so first person up, Alyssa. Alyssa, do you have any specific questions, or you just want to keep going with like this relationship track that we're on? Thank you, Loraya. Oh yeah, Heart and Beyond. You hear from Scotland. Oh God, I love this. I love this. If you can imagine everybody that's in this place right now, and the people that are watching back later, we're connecting all of these node points all over the world. You're lit up. You're lit up. You're lit up. You're lit up, and we're all connecting with each other. It's almost like, you can see it's the internet, but it's this energetic grid that we connect and send this resonance to each other. And I just hear this pinging, like ping, 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 all over the world. It makes me so happy. It lights me up to see those light worker connections. It's amazing. All right, Alyssa, hi. What do I need to know about the next romantic relationship coming to me? Emma is in Northeast England near Manchester. Okay. Alyssa always wants to know about relationships. The first one that came out before I even asked you that is this Flourish. And it's coming from this Oracle of the Fairies deck. The fairies have been here the last couple of weeks, actually, been showing their faces to me. And in the video today that I posted today too, I was also talking about how this deck I got when I was in Glastonbury, and the fairies were very present for me when I was in England. So again, we're coming back to the energy of the land there, whatever that has to do with your relationship. Maybe he's going to be English, Alyssa. The lotus flower fairy tells you to learn from experience and shed your inner light on any unclear areas of your life or those of others. So I was just talking about how we have all of these like these node connections, and we're lighting each other up. Shed your inner light on any of the unclear areas of your life or those of others. So this one came out before you asked me that question about the next relationship or the next connection that's coming in for you. And it's almost like this was the precursor to you're witnessing something before you focus on yourself and what that other person, what the experience of that other person is looking like. There is the reflection of that around you somewhere. So it's almost like you need to witness the unclear areas of your life through the world around you. It's like he's trying to show up, but in other people, in other relationships. And he's waiting for you to ask for that. It's like seeing that relationship. Like I was talking about, like a friend's relationship or something. Seeing that relationship and saying, oh, I want that in my next relationship. Yes, look at the way that he just allows her to be free or supports her and just looks at her in a way that she doesn't need to hear his support, but she can see and feel his support just from the look that's on his face or something like that. Witnessing your next person, your next relationship coming in through other people. It's like he's showing his little secret face through other relationships that you're witnessing. I don't know if it's one specific set of friends that you have that are together, but there are aspects of a new person coming in through those other relationships or a other relationship. Okay. Now, what does she need to know about the next romantic relationship coming in that didn't come out beforehand? Aw, healing. Look at how beautiful that is. And she's got a rainbow that she's stretching across her hands. It's so beautiful. Now is the time for you to give or receive healing. Everyone has a natural ability to heal others. Yes, even you. It feels to me like this connection is going to be very healing for both of you. That you have to be okay, and he is working on being okay with not having all his shit together and showing up exactly as he is, because there is this certain level of maybe perfectionism or something and this thing that is needing to be achieved before you open yourself up to somebody else, that's what's being healed by coming together. It may be that he is actually a healer as well, but it feels more to me like his energy, his field, just by being around him is very healing to a broken heart, to your broken heart, to his broken heart. And your energy does the same thing to him. So, part of the purpose of this coming together is also about helping to heal heartache. So, is this your forever person? I don't know that there is going to be this idea of a forever person. It's going to be the person on your path that is meant to bring you and help bring you to a place of peace in your heart and to trust. I'm hearing human race, but I was wanting to say trust the male race again. It's like he's going to help restore your faith in men again, if that makes sense for you. That's so sweet. Like, as soon as I saw this card, the feeling that I got was like, oh, like people hear him talk or they hear him say things to you, and they're like, oh my God, he's like the sweetest person on earth. And it's going to touch you in that way. It may be like before you protected yourself from people saying those things to you because it was really hard to be believable and it was like a little over the top, like, okay, all right, stop laying it on so thick. But he does it in such a sweet, authentic way that you're just like, you melt me every time. And it doesn't get old, you know? It melts your heart in order to heal your heart. I'm getting like weepy now. He's like so sweet. He's like the sweetest person. He matches your energy so much. And these two cards together, it's like he helps you to flourish too. He gives you, just by the way he looks at you, he gives you the confidence to be you no matter what. That's amazing. That's amazing. 100% that's what I need. Was just telling a friend today that I don't trust men. Yes. Yes. So just knowing that he's out there almost releases that not trusting men, because it's not all men. You don't trust the old template of men that you were tuned into. You don't trust the distorted masculine who isn't capable of taking responsibility for himself or his actions. That's who you don't trust. And let me tell you something. You should continue to not trust that man, that type of man. Because the lack of self-awareness creates trauma situations for the people around them because they're just constantly projecting. You should protect yourself from people like that. Love them and send them compassion because we understand it. They're just not woke. They're just not awake yet. They're not self-aware. But we also can choose to create those boundaries and just say, I choose not to trust you. That's out of love for myself. That's my boundary. Okay? We don't necessarily have to trust the entire male race. There are some who are in a place that that could hurt us, that could damage us, that could, take advantage of us, and especially energetically. So you're right to do that. But he is going to renew your faith that the entire male race is not like that. That's what he's going to renew. Okay? Tune into that and the understanding of that, and let yourself tune into him and that kind of energy. And he's going to be here before you know it. Okay? I was just gonna ask what the timeline is for that. Like, can you give me a time frame? Let me get a tarot card. Everybody wants to know when, right? So you're claiming this now. This is what I want. So like I was talking about, you're crafting this new template for relationship. Create it. You claim it as yours. Yes, that's exactly what I want to put into this new template. I didn't know that was possible until you mentioned it, but that does exist. I can feel it. I get the chills from that. I know that he exists. And so shed whatever from the old template you don't need and place that in the new template. That's what we're all doing, okay? Now, I want you guys to remember that these messages, they may seem individual, but they're meant for everyone too. So you want to claim it, claim that man for yourself too. And that aspect, he represents a collective of men too. He is not the only one on the planet. And Alyssa gets him, and we're all of us are sitting around like, well, fuck. Thanks, Alyssa. He represents a collective of people. We're very similar. We have a lot of similar traits as divine feminines, right? So the match to that, the one who complements us, or the ones who, it doesn't necessarily have to be just one. It could be that this is the one that breaks through the heartbreak and leads us to the one who better fulfills that template. But he's not the only one. Alyssa is going to share with us. Thank you. All right, let me see if I can get a timeline for you. Huh. Page of Wands. So the way I'm seeing this is like I'm seeing it during Sagittarius time. I'm seeing this orange is like Sagittarius. So I guess that's a couple months, like November-ish. It could be November this year. It could be November next year. But I'm feeling like with the page, it's like soon. It depends on the amount of inspiration that you allow yourself to access. I feel like you can create this for this year coming around the Three of Wands is on the bottom here. So what's 3 months from now? September, October, November? Around Sagittarius time. Okay? I was just going to say, don't quote me. But that's just my doubt coming in because I don't like giving timelines. But all right. Thank you, Alyssa. Who is next? Jackie. Jackie, do you have a question? Or do you just want to know about... See a few comments back, please. A bit longer. Okay. For me, just whatever spirit wants me to know. I've been all over the place feeling disconnected and practicing living day to day in order to keep sane. Okay, when I saw sane, I also saw the word safe. So it feels a little survival mode-esque. Lots of changes going on around me. So a lot of times when the flow of change starts happening and the momentum of change starts happening, we start to really shut down a little bit because maybe the speed of it is a little too fast, the unknownness, the adaptation, the transition period is going too fast for us. And so it's like we start to disconnect and have fear of the unknown. So we'll talk to Spirit about what that has to do. Oh, you got the same card as Alyssa, this healing. There's something that you're definitely healing. Now is the time for you to give or receive healing. Everyone has a natural ability to heal others. Yes, even you. So the things that you're clearing right now, it feels like there are things that are coming up for you to witness about change, about the way change makes you feel, how it knocks your feet out from under you, and I just saw somebody getting like swept off their feet or something like that. Even the massive change of someone coming into your life is disorienting sometimes, the way that it shifts your entire way of being in your universe and things like that. There is an aspect of you that needs to get used to those things. But what it is that's coming up for you is part of what the collective of people around you needs to experience too. It feels to me like there's so much change going on around you because a lot of people are healing a similar thing right now. So the inner work that you do, the inner work that you're doing, the things that the help that you're asking for right now is meant to help clear the energy for other people too. So just recognize that what you're feeling is not just all yours. It feels very intense, but just recognizing that you're absorbing and processing and feeling the energy of a lot of other people around you too. Just knowing that can help to lessen the intensity of it for you. That you're actually exactly where you need to be, but way more grounded than what you think you are, than what it feels like you are, because you're being kind of swept away by other people's energies. A lot of people are in, and it looks to me in like a small area, like I just heard metropolitan area. I don't know where you live or if it's in a metropolitan area or whatever, but the vibration, it's a similar vibration that goes out. And when one person is fearful or there's this change going on, it's almost like I see a wolf pack where if the pack is like walking together and all of a sudden one of them freezes and looks around and senses something, all the other ones will freeze and sense something else. They're like, oh, are we supposed to be afraid? Even if they didn't sense it, they're reacting to this other wolf who did sense it. It's almost like that's the domino effect of the energy of people around you right now. So some of what you're experiencing, it doesn't feel like you're the wolf that sensed the thing, sensed the change, or sensed the danger. You're reacting to other people sensing something. It's their fear. It's their reaction. It's their interpretation. It's their opinion that you're sensing and feeling and reacting to, but it's not actually yours. Okay? So consider myself a vessel rather than the muck. Yes, yes. Part of our purpose is to transmute these energies that come through our channel because you're a divine channel. So when you sense these things around you, it comes into your field and goes in through your channel, and you're processing it and trying to see if it matches or if you're aligned with it. And if you're not aligned with it, we're just meant to transmute it into a higher vibrational light. So separate from it, witness it, and try to separate. Sometimes the problem is sometimes the way that we witness it is through our physical vessel, through our physical body. So we feel it. And if we're feeling it, it's we take it on and experience it as if it's our own. But that's when your consciousness comes in. That's when conscious thought and knowing and presence comes in. Because even though you're feeling it and you're overwhelmed by the feeling of it, it's like, wait a minute, Karen told me about this. This is not all mine. I could just witness it. It's just a feeling. It's just a vibration that I'm sensing that's stirring something up for me. I could just witness it. Maybe it's just my inner child who's trying to she's sensing this vibration over here, but I've already worked through that. She's just getting scared again because it's a change. But I gave her the tools that she needs to work through the change. It's okay. Remember those tools that I gave you to work through change? We're going to do this, and then we're going to do this. And we're going to give each other a little bit more self-love and salt baths. I'm hearing salt bath. Like you need a salt bath. That's one of the tools in your toolbox to help to weed through the muck. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Jackie. Tigress says, no, we want to amplify the positive emotions and be your best self. Yes. Well, of course we do. Those are not the emotions that I'm talking about. I'm talking about these emotions that we're feeling that feel denser, that feel heavier, that feel fearful, that feel like they're weighing us down or throw us out of alignment. Those emotions and those feelings that throw us out of alignment. In order to be, when you take a step back and witness those things and witness that is not all yours. It's just this energy or this vibration that's out of alignment with your positive emotions. Then what you can do is take a step back and feed those vibrations with your higher light, with your positive emotions, with the appreciation for getting to witness these emotions that are speaking to you about something that's present. Like that's how you feed it with those positive emotions and the gratitude for having witnessed these denser, lower vibrational energies. You're just clearing something. You're just processing something. That means that you downloaded light right before that. That's a really beautiful thing. So you just feed it with the understanding that I'm going through a process of ascension right now. And I'm shedding these denser things that feel heavy because they're not in alignment with me. So I'm grateful for that. That's lovely. Thank you so much. Be the witness, the watcher. Yes. Okay. I'm going to pull one more for you, Jackie, and see what else. Music. Listen carefully, for there may be a message in the music you hear. Music can lift your soul, rekindle memories, and charm fairies to your door. Oh, that's really beautiful. I feel like that's pretty straightforward, too. So sometimes it's vibration, too, not just thoughts, but vibrations that you can access: sound healings, listening to certain sounds, listening to music, listening to positive music or things that get you moving, or feed your soul or feed your peace. The vibration of those can help to balance out that out of alignment feeling, because those that you resonate with that make you feel peace and happy, um, there are messages in that that can either come through words, or it can balance your vibration without needing to use thought or thinking or your brain or whatever. So you know how I feel about music. Um, so it's the vibration of music that's going to help to balance that for you too. Okay, music is healing. All right. God and Archangel Michael, Jesus, they're teaching me to allow it to pass through me and my heart. It is literally going through my body and my face. They just said cry if I need to. Definitely. That was something that I said in my video today too, is that I had a real good cry last night. I had a really good cry, and I was literally calling out to Jesus, asking him to take it and to help me and to send me help and to take what it was that I was going through, and this worry and this fear and this stuff in my brain. And I had a really good sobbing, ugly cry, and it was so necessary. I know that it was necessary, because I woke up feeling this morning just a lot clearer. Transformation and breaking patterns is super hard. Get you to your knees, but it's so worth it in the end. The lessons are the blessings. Yes. All right. Thank you so much, Jackie, for letting me get to all of that. That was really beautiful. All right. Who was next? Maggie, can you remind me again? Lori, I think. Yes, Lori and Cindy. And then Lorea too, right? Are you up? Did you update the list? Okay. All right, Lori, do you have a specific question? 111 on my recording. Make sure to hit like too, guys, okay? Thank you. Lori, are you still here? Do you have a question? Thank you, Maggie. What are the DM's feelings at this time? Okay, so the first one that came out is this precious time. The fairy of time wants you to experience every moment fully and to make the most of your precious time. Be mindful not to waste others' time either. That's so funny, because I was asking you if you were still here. I was thinking, should I go past her? Should I keep reading for her if she's not here anymore? That's so funny. Something about this owl on here too. This is a really beautiful card. It's a little bit haunting. Time. So it feels to me like the divine masculine that you're referring to is a little bit stuck in time. Step in time, step in time. I'm hearing the song from Mary Poppins, like Step in Time. But that's when they stepped out of time too. It feels to me like he's very linear right now. He feels very linear and kind of stuck in time. I'm seeing this Sacred Traveler right here, so I'm going to pull one of those out and see what they have to say about that. But the purpose of that, it's almost like while he is not connecting with you out here in this multi-dimensional space, while he's kind of a little bit really 3D, it's like he's taking care of 3D things, and he's very linear and logical and needing to have a plan in place for certain things, and he's kind of going around in a cycle that's connected to that. He's not connecting with himself, with his inner self as much as he should be or could be. It does have a purpose though, because when he is so linear and so kind of based in time and based in his human experience, it gives you the opportunity to connect with yourself in a multi-dimensional divine kind of way. So it's actually freeing up a little bit of space for you to connect with your higher self, not his, your higher self, and recognizing that he is also a mirror of you. So there are certain aspects of your life where you're really stuck in the 3D, or you're stuck in time and linear, and you're needing to connect with your higher self a little bit more. When you see him or you're watching readings about divine masculine, you really need to shift the focus as much as you can to you. And what is that reflecting about you? Because the divine masculine is you, in you, is being projected onto him, and that's what you're seeing. So witnessing yourself and what you need to work on, or what you need to be more linear about, or take care of, create plans and action around, that you're not quite noticing right now. Okay. So there is a purpose for him being very 3D right now. That's what it feels like. I guess that doesn't really answer what his feelings are right now, but that's what his energy feels like, is very super, super, super uber grounded. And sometimes you can be too earth, too much earth. It feels like he's really rooted in reality right now. Right? I hope that makes sense for you. If you want to be more specific and like, what are his feelings about you right now? We'll zero in on that just a little bit. It's like the deck doesn't want to speak now. It doesn't want to speak. It's like, speak now or forever hold your peace. I feel like he's really, really, he feels a little disconnected right now. He feels a little disconnected from your energy, or from, it's like he's so focused on what he's got going on right now that he's not quite focusing on the connection that much. And on the flip side, it may be that you're focusing too much on the connection right now, and it's like repelling him a little bit, like pushing him away, just pushing his energy away just a little bit, actually, where he's got kind of a wall up to letting himself feel something, or to think about you, or to feel something right now. He's got a little bit of a wall up. I hate saying stuff like that, but it's honest, and it's necessary for your growth and where you should be focusing right now too. So it could also be that the divine masculine that you're focusing on isn't necessarily in alignment with this new relationship template that we're talking about creating. And so it's important for you to get into alignment with creating what the picture of that relationship is, so that the reflection of that, the vibration of that, can go out, and it will affect him. If you're detached from it, it will affect him, and he gets to choose. That's part of the freedom of this connection. Gets to choose whether he's ready to step into that new template or not. And if not, there is another divine masculine, another connection that's meant to step into and reflect to you parts of that template. Are you open to that? Unknown territory. It's like, I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure. Can you imagine someone else being that relationship, that new template that we're talking about? What if it's not him? Unknown territory. You're exactly where you need to be, though. You're exactly where you need to be in witnessing this. Now, this is coming into a winter picture, a winterish picture. So it may be that opens up, that you have some kind of breakthrough, that there is some kind of communication, or some kind of, like, his wall starts to come down. But it does feel like this resistance, or this linearness, is going to last for, into the winter. And I'm not sure where you live. We're in the US, so we're getting ready to go into fall and winter. So Take that how it resonates for you. But it is all as it should be. And I'm hearing you are not meant to be in contact with him right now. It really is about experiencing your energy right now and witnessing your own energy and getting to know that. What is that? Because when you come into contact with his, or even think about his, or tune into his, it sucks you in, and you get so immersed in it. There, you can't separate out what's yours and what's his. And it may feel like it's the synergy kind of thing, like we're so similar, but it's not. It's a I just heard entanglement kind of thing. You need to get to know and spend some really precious time with yourself and getting to know you. So if you watch Divine Masculine readings, watch them for yourself, not for him. Watch them for yourself. So what is this Divine Masculine energy from me? What are they? They're reading that about me. So my Divine Masculine needs to work on this, or he is working on this. And so how does that show up in my life? Okay. Stays too busy on purpose, avoidance. Yes, exactly. Okay, but okay, so on the flip side of that though, what you witness about your Divine Masculine, you said he stays too busy on purpose and he is in a place of avoidance. So what is that mirroring about you? What is that mirroring to you about you? It may be that you're hyper focused on things that on things that you shouldn't be focused on, or not focused enough on certain things, on yourself. He's being false to self. I can only grow and heal me. Yes, that's right. You can only grow and heal you. Now, some of us need to witness that aspect of ourselves through the other person. So it's easier for us to connect with Divine Masculine energy out there if we're focused on our Divine Masculine energy out there. That's how we learn, is through watching through another person. But it feels to me like you're at the step in your journey where it really is time to realize that he's just an actor in your play, and he's showing something about you that you are avoiding. You need to be focusing on something and really busying yourself and investing your energy in something. So it's not about him, it's about you. What is that showing you? Thank you, Emma. Thank you for being here. Good night to England. He does text me every day. I've not responded to his text today. Okay. I think that it's important that you take the space for yourself. He's not in a place to express his emotions. If he's texting you every day and you're avoiding, there's something that you're avoiding, also, obviously. All right, I'm just going to do one more. Great adventure. Take a risk, venture forward. Keep facing forward. Keep facing forward. Keep focusing on yourself. And it is easier said than done. There is a little bit of resentment there that it feels like he's not doing his work. But it feels to me like there's some kind of work on yourself that you're speaking to needing to heal, and that you need to focus on yourself. But it does feel like there's something about you and your inner Divine Masculine energy that you're avoiding. And I saw something today about procrastination, and the reason for procrastination is based off of fear and stress, and we just put things off. And this is almost kind of like a push. It's like, take a risk. You need to take that step, whatever that step is. You need to step forward, and there's something that you need to do. There's something that you need to take responsibility for, and take care of in your 3D life. Okay. Tigress said, I'm avoiding love. Well, a lot of us do. All right. Thank you, Lori. Cindy, still here? Do you have a question, Mama? I was really wanting to ask about romance. I think maybe best to ask what I need to know, focus on. But curious, do you think I have a divine masculine? Okay. So everyone has a divine masculine and divine feminine polarity within them. And so whether you resonate with that divine masculine energy by connecting it to another person over there, and that's how you start witnessing your own divine masculine energy, I believe that everybody is able to see divine masculine. There's a lot of times where we're really drawn to another person, or we're drawn to an energy that we feel out there. Some people have a divine masculine that they've never met. They just resonate with it, and it feels outside of themselves because it's not their dominant polarity that they have within them. And so it really feels like it's kind of out here, but they're fostering it from inside of here. They're not attached to having it be on a form. And Cindy, I'm feeling like I feel like I talked to you about him. Like, I don't really remember a lot of people's sessions that I have typically, especially this long after I've done them, but I'm remembering your session that we did. And I feel like I remember talking about a person coming in, or a person coming into your life. It feels like that energy. It does feel like that is divine masculine energy as we talk about it. So I would say yes. Yes, you have a divine masculine. And it does feel like it's one of those situations where you've just not met him yet. Huh. Protection. The fairies of protection are shielding you with a magical fairy ring of love and light. Look at those rainbows, but also look at all of that purple. You're always very connected to purple, Cindy. Practice psychic protection before embarking upon any spiritual work. So the fact that your field is open a lot, and that you have access to, because of the energy work, because of the Reiki that you've been doing, and the way that you've been connecting with forces outside of yourself. It's like there's the potential to attract in energies that seem like divine masculine, but and I feel like you maybe have in the past too, but it's a front, it's a mask, it's a narcissist mask, maybe. It's like your divine masculine has a lot of similar characteristics to people from your past, but they were false. They wore the mask. It's like they tried to put on the mask of him, but nobody could really wear that face except for him. So he may appear kind of similar to some of them out there, but there's going to be very real differences between how he first appears to you and how things start out with you guys. Okay. So you said what you need to know and what you want to focus on. So focusing on commanding your energy space, creating protection around you. If you're doing energy work, making sure that you're creating your sacred container. But doing that and maintaining your energy on a regular basis. Energy maintenance, especially for people who work with energy more, is essential. Essential. So whatever your energy maintenance routine is, there may be an extra layer of it that you need to add in there in order to, it's like creating boundaries, creating energetic boundaries for yourself. And I'm seeing that creating those boundaries almost starts to draw him in. Like, he really respects boundaries. He has his own boundaries too that women in his past have always stepped way over all the time. And he's soft, and so has a hard time enforcing these boundaries. But but he really respects boundaries. So someone who sets boundaries with him, he looks at that as like, oh yeah, like I kind of look up to that because that's how I feel too. I really feel so strongly about my boundaries too. Yes, of course, I will always respect that about you. And I'm sorry that I did that. I didn't realize, and now I know. And it feels like he will not ever cross those boundaries at all. So he's very respectful of making you feel safe and respecting what you say makes you feel safe and what you need. Okay. I'm gonna get one more for that too. Huh. Heart and Beyond said that was my question. Need to find a new question. Some of these readings for other people are going to answer some of the things that you have going on inside of you too. Like I said, we're a collective. As an empath, I keep getting hurt, friends, family, and distorted divine masculines, narcissists, blah, blah, blah. I'm a fixer helper and keep getting in trouble. Yes, because you're not commanding your energy space and creating boundaries. A lot of the people that you're trying to help are not asking for help. That's where you get yourself in trouble. Again, Precious Time came out for you. You saw how much I was just shuffling that, and Precious Time came out for you, Cindy. The Fairy of Time wants you to, this feels different than the last time it came out though. Experience every moment fully and to make the most of your precious time. Be mindful not to waste others' times too. So that's something that he really respects is your time, your schedule, your space. It's like if you say 7:00, he's going to be there right at 7:00 on the dot. He is going to be there a little bit early to make sure that he shows up the way he's supposed to show up. But he respects the fact that you said 7:00. And so he's going to sit in his car and he's going to wait for the 10 minutes before he actually knocks on your door. But if you look out your window, you're going to see that he's there being respectful, waiting, but he respects your time enough to be there early and to honor that space. If you come out early, you come out early. That's your choice though. It's like he's so respectful. I love this about him. I may have met him recently. Okay. Eyes are hurting a little bit. There's something about, oh, okay. Oh, they want me to read this. There's this book over here too that says now is the time. So there's a message in this for you as well. And this picture was behind that too. This is a picture of me when I was doing some grid work with Lloyd. And he always really loved this picture of me. And I have come to really love this picture of me too. Like it really does. It's just so simple. It reminds me of my strength. So it feels like that's kind of his energy a little bit. He's very soft, but confident in his softness. And it's like he is the strength. He is the respect. He is the foundational, like that man that respects women in a way that feels really old school, but it's something that we should take from the old template and place, or it's something that you probably are wanting to put into this new template of relationship too. It's like, okay, I want to bring that aspect along with me because that level of respect it's what I deserve. And from my experience, I haven't gotten that. That's what it feels like for you, Cindy. Now's the time to seek authenticity. And on the other time, it says now's the time to prepare. To seek authenticity. Be genuine. Be the person you are inside. Look for authenticity in others. Praise it. Encourage it. Emulate it. It will attract a matching response. It will set you apart. The mass of men live lives of quiet desperation, was the quote from Henry David Thoreau. So that really feels like you being that energy is really what kind of draws that in. And the reason that he has such respect is because something inside of you really respects that kind of man and that collective of men. And it's this mutual respect for the old school way of thinking, but in a new school kind of way, if that makes sense. Okay. So sweet. He's so sweet. These masculines that have been coming out tonight um, are a similar collective with each other and feel just so honoring. And so that authenticity message too is about him holding space for you to be you. He wants that more than anything else, for you to be you. And he wants to hold the space for, I mean, that's how she is though. That's her boundary. She's just like, I respect that. That's her. Not trying to change you, not trying to really change himself either, because he just aligns with that. He's like, yeah, what she wants. That's me though, is being able to create the space for that. I love to support that. And he doesn't lose himself in that. That's just kind of how he is. Okay. Cindy, let's see if we can get a timeline for you too. Knight of Swords. So coming in quick, coming in hot. The High Priestess. It's the number 2. So 2 months, within 2 months, I hear. I was thinking 2 weeks, but that feels a little, it is kind of fast. It does come in a little bit fast. Maybe you met him within the last 2 weeks or something, but the depth of it doesn't come into fruition for maybe like another 2 months. So if it is this person that you met, it may be like within the next 2 months. And I'm also seeing like this High Priestess connected to Halloween, which, right, September, October. So like within the next 2 months, it feels like. Okay. I love it. Thank you, Cindy. All right, who is next? Anybody else? Was Cindy the last one? Larea. Oh, and Heart and Beyond too? Okay. Larea, you still here? I love you so much. What is it that you have a question about, if you have one? Thank you, Maggie. Don't have a specific question. Just wanted to show my support. Thank you, Larea. I love you. I'm excited to see what the cards have to say, though. Okay. Pure intention. The Fairy of Manifestation is so funny because Larea is one of my clients who, like, I have regular sessions with. And she is a master manifester. Master. So the fact that this card is talking about manifestation is no surprise. The Fairy of Manifestation will help you to use your wishes wisely. Manifest your heart's desire with pure intention and for the highest good of all. A connection that you have been thinking about and asking about and calling in not only serves you, but it serves other people around you. It is, like we have talked about, your purpose in life to reflect this kind of pure love for each other, grounded partnership. You're meant to reflect that to the people around you. You are meant to affect the people around you so that they shift and believe in love. They believe in fairy tales. They believe in, like, you asked for that. You asked for all of that, though. How is it possible that you actually got that? It's like it helps them to believe in magic. But it also says using your wishes wisely. So making sure that what you're asking for is coming from a place of groundedness and pure, again with the pure thought. Not coming from a place of trying to prove yourself, trying to prove it to others, trying to prove it to people in your life or whatever. It more comes from a place of believing that actually exists. I don't need to prove it to anybody else. I just am that. I just know that. I just know it because I'm creating it. And so it must be. You'll see, but when it comes around, it's not even like you're showing it or because you're trying to prove it to people. It just does prove it to people. And again, with music, listen carefully. For there may be a message in the music that you hear. I just heard message in a bottle and I saw it floating around on the water. Music can lift your soul, rekindle memories, and charm fairies to your door. Rekindle memories. This is definitely a past life soulmate. 100%. Again, with the winter kind of landscape, have you ever been told that you're wise beyond your years? I really feel this about her. Now is the time to call upon your inner fairy wisdom to help you with a challenge. So it's like, how do I get from this to this, though? How do I get from the idea of manifestation to actually it coming to fruition? There's messages in music that are telling you how to do that. There is a message in a bottle. Again, watch that movie, Message in a Bottle. I'm seeing that movie. I haven't seen it in a very long time. They're not even showing me a scene. Just something being pulled out of the bottle. There's something in that movie. Maybe it's a song that's in it because they're taking me back to this music card again. There are clues in that are helping you to call him in. And again, with the water, I'm seeing the water next to a lighthouse. I don't know if there's a lighthouse near you. Something about a lighthouse near you. Transformation. This fairy tells you to surrender to a transformation in your life that's happening for your highest good. Embrace your transformation. The best is yet to come. I don't know. I'm seeing like a move again. There is definitely some kind of shift that's happening where you're meant to carve the path. You're meant to show the way for a lot of other people, but you are not meant to drag them along. You just are it, and you show them the way by being it, not intentionally showing them the way and saying, I'm doing this and I'm going to show you that it's okay, or whatever it is. You're just doing it, and you're separating from the need to prove it to them or the need to even break free. You just are a free spirit and you start to embody that. That's not an easy step to take. And I know that we've talked about your family and stuff before, but you're transforming into, it's like a really kind of sensual energy too. And like I hear woman of the world. You're manifesting not only the energy of a person coming in, but the energy of divine masculine inside of you that is creating all this action in your life. Traveling, deciding to travel is action. That's divine masculine. And so it's like you're seeing it and you're calling it in by being it. You're just being it. And that's where balance comes from. That's where union comes from. But you're moving into this transformation, moving out of any kind of distorted masculine energy that you have, which comes from wounded feminine. So this feels like transforming also into more of a sensual energy, more of embracing your femininity, embracing your body, really honoring your body and loving it exactly the way that it is, and transforming into this beautiful butterfly who reflects that to everybody else. That is the process of healing the wounded feminine, which then removes the distorted masculine, the need to protect herself, the need to protect your body is what I'm seeing. Embracing your body. Okay. Sit there and look pretty. Yeah. All right. One more. Again, flourish. The same cards are coming out. Flourish. This is what you transform into. That's where the transformation leads into. Look at how light she is. Look at how light and bright she is. This is the end game, the end goal. The lotus flower fairy tells you to learn from experience and shed your inner light on any unclear areas of your life or those of others. So all you have to do is shine your light, and you are that influence on other people just by being it. It's like you walk through a room or you walk across the beach, or you're just in somebody else's presence and they're like, damn, there's something about her. What? She's just glowing. She's always glowing. It's like when I connected with you after your trip to swim with the whales. You had enveloped yourself in this manifestation that you had been dreaming of your entire life, and the glow of that, the journey to get there, and then the realization of that goal was like you were in the depth of union energy at that point. Okay? God love you, girl. Abundance. Abundance. Prepare yourself for incoming abundance. Release any mental blocks you may have. In fairyland and human land, there is enough abundance for everyone. So, you're even going to be helping to connect other people with the light inside of them. You're going to be activating other people, and you're going to be almost like a matchmaker. You're going to be like a divine matchmaker and drawing people to each other. It's like you're a connector. Love ya. All right. Was there anybody else after Larea? Megs. Thank you guys for sticking around for so long too. An hour and 45 minutes. Just saw something about Peter Frampton. I want you to show me the way. Okay. I like that. Hello, Rock Warrior. 528. Totally feeling every word. Feels so good to be seen. No question. Just bestow on some more wisdom, please. Okay. Thank you, Heart and Beyond. Thank you, Maggie. Happy birthday to all the Virgos. Yes. God, it's so hard to think about. We're already coming into Virgo season, man. Where did this year go? Where did the summer go? I need to slow down just a little bit. So I definitely have done that in this video. It's a little bit harder to slow down and be present when all of these massive downloads come through, and I want to share all this information because the flow of it is just like, and I love it. It's great. I love to be in the middle of it, and it feels really good. But time sure does fly when that happens. So, all right. What do we have going on for Heart and Beyond? Heart and Beyond, what's your name if you want to share? For those of you who haven't seen the videos that I've been posting recently about asking how you're doing and me revealing how I'm doing, normalizing being real in the moment. If you've not seen those, go back and watch those. If you've not contributed and connected in with where you are, it doesn't matter how long ago I posted those videos. If you're feeling drawn to it, it was supposed to be asked of you in that moment. So share exactly where you are in that moment, because I guarantee there are other people that are meant to connect with you in that moment, and to hold space for that. It's really important for us to be showing up and to be recognizing those moments. It's like we're stilling that moment in time and bringing people together in a place of presence together. It's important. So if you haven't done that, go back and watch one of those videos. Again with the music, Heart and Beyond. Debbie, again with the music. Listen carefully, for there may be a message in the music you hear. Music can lift your soul, rekindle memories, and charm fairies to your door. All right, so I'm hearing a U2 song. I still haven't found what I'm looking for. And I actually have this little sheet of paper that I wrote these lyrics down on for some reason one day. And they've been there for quite a while, but they're bringing me back to these. And the lyrics that I have are still haven't found what I'm looking for. Carry the cross of my shame. You know I believe it. I want you to go and listen to that song and read the lyrics at the same time. Something that you're searching for. That You're carrying this load on your shoulders. I feel you carrying this load, and it's not yours. You identify with some sort of shame, and it's not yours. And right now, Jesus is coming in and wants to take that cross from your shoulder. He wants you to surrender it. He wants you to recognize that it's not yours. And he wants you to allow him to take it. Okay? And step into abundance. Prepare yourself for incoming abundance. Release any mental blocks you may have. In fairyland and human land, there is enough abundance for everyone. Where do you think that block is right now? From your abundance, from your joy, from your happiness, for all the things that you've been looking for something that feels like it's been missing in your life. It's been here all along, but you carry this cross, this block right here on your shoulder. It's called shame. Its name is shame. Shame, shame, I know your name. And you are ready. You are ready to release it. You just have to ask to release it. You have to ask. He's standing right there waiting to take it from you. But you have the choice. He will always respect your choice. He is the divine masculine. He is the one helping us to create this new relationship template. What does it look like? It looks like the relationship that he has with the divine partner that he anchored onto earth, heaven on earth, heaven through this body. That's what it looks like. So you ask him to take it, or whatever guide you resonate with. For me, it's showing up as Jesus. For me, it's showing up as a burden that you're shouldering that's not yours. So if you resonate with Buddha, if you resonate with, I'm seeing something like a Viking. If you resonate with Odin, it's all the same energy, but it is a masculine energy. So you're carrying the shame of a masculine in your life, and it's not yours. That's what's blocking you from joy, from, again, what I see as trusting men. You have a nasty sore shoulder. Okay, so this is energetically where that's coming from. It's now manifesting in a physical way because the block has been there for so long. It's shame. It's where you store your shame, or the shame that you experience. That's not yours. That's where you store it. Now, is it your, I'm feeling like it's the left shoulder, but I want to say it's the right shoulder because that's the masculine side. But to me, in my physical body, I feel it on my left shoulder. Yeah, so I feel it on my left shoulder. Now, this is the feminine side. And so if you're carrying the cross of a masculine's shame, you're carrying it on the feminine side as if that's your role. It's been blamed. You've been blamed for a lot. You've been blamed for stuff by those masculine energies, and it's not yours to carry. You don't need to carry it anymore. That's distorted masculine energy. But it's imbalance. It's imbalance. It's like, I just want to lean over like that. Tigress says it's the left shoulder and it's the right rib, front and back, and in the center, taking my breath away. There's a lot of pressure there. It's a lot of pressure to perform. It's a lot of pressure to be what you're supposed to be, or be, what I hear is be a good girl. Be a good girl. Be a good girl. Okay, so there's something in music. There's another thing in that song. It's not just those lyrics. There's something else in that too. This moon energy came out in the reading earlier too that I posted. Surrender to the natural ebb and flow of life. If you're feeling confused, its fairy comes to calm emotions and reassure you that peace of mind is possible. So it's almost like, if I take this cross off my shoulder, though, I don't really know how to be. I only know how to function like this. If you take it off of me, then I have to like stand up straight, stand up proud, be proud of myself. I don't really know how to do that. That's the feeling that I get from this. Um, if you're feeling confused, this fairy comes to calm your emotions and reassure you that peace of mind is possible. It is just a program in your mind. It's just a program that's been implanted there by people that we thought that supported us and that we could trust. It comes from our parents. It comes from our dad. It comes from our brothers. Um, and the way that she's looking up at the sky too, it almost comes from the way that we were told God exists, or how we need to keep ourselves separate, or um, like be shameful sinners. We are shameful sinners. And so, we can't connect directly with God, or we need to make up for all of our sins. And it was imprinted on us in a shameful way. So it's like carrying the cross of that shame, and it's not what the cross represents. It's not what Jesus represents. It's not what God represents. It's this angel. There's an angel of mercy coming to help you. I see Jophiel, Archangel Jophiel. There is an archangel with I've never heard of before. I can't even get the name clear. Something with a T. That's here to help you. It's she, he, I can't tell the difference. It appears however you need it to appear. But it's like orange. She's orange. Is here to help you release shame also from your solar plexus and your sacral in your womb. I'm going to look it up and see this. I've got all the archangels and stuff in here. I'm going to look and see if there is the name of that archangel in here. No, there's no T. I don't know who it is. Could be an archangel. It could be just a guide. It is an angel. It could be a guardian angel. It could be a spirit guide. Could be a guardian angel. I don't know if you lost a child, or if someone in your family lost a child. It feels like a guardian angel in that way. It's not an archangel. That's why I couldn't recognize the signature of it. It feels like a lost child, or a spirit guide that is a child that's here to help you release this load, release the shame, release wounding from your womb. That's very powerful. That's very deep. But this rainbow energy, this it's meant to bring back your childlike innocence. Your innocence was taken from you at some point, and replaced by shame. You have a spirit baby child. It's that child. And I don't know if this was a child that you lost. Was very young. Almost where, the signature of it is either male or female, but it's like that time period before you would find out about the sex of a baby. It's like they can't tell yet before a certain point. It's almost like it was that early on, but the energy of the child, old soul, is here to help guide you, to keep you calm. They're meant to show you that there is a purpose here. I was meant to be a spirit baby. I wasn't supposed to be born. They were meant to be your spirit baby. Wow. There's some kind of shame in it, though. A girl. Okay. Oh, Sasha. That's so funny. Not funny, but my daughter and I talk about our inner voice, our brain, our ego brain, when our thoughts just keep turning and turning and turning and they take us over. And she's like, how do I get these thoughts to stop? How do I get them to stop? I just can't stop thinking about this thing and obsessing over it. And it's like making her sick and anxious and stuff like that. And I told her to separate from it, to try to witness it, to give it its own personality, act as if it's another person, like give it a name. And she calls hers Felicia. So whenever Felicia starts talking about all of these things and telling her all of these things that aren't true, she's like, Mom, Felicia's saying all of these things right now. And I'm like, okay, what is she saying? And I'm like, so tell her this. Tell her the truth about it, though, because that's not the truth. You know, it's not the truth. And I have one, too, that I named Sasha. I like to call her Sasha Fierce, like Beyonce does. But I named her Sasha. So that's no coincidence. Anyway, is there another message connected to that? So there's some kind of shame connected to the way that that played out, or the way that you lost her, or something like that. There's still some sort of residual healing that needs to be done in your womb. Okay. So there's a lot of people who do womb healings. Mary Magdalene is here to help you with that too. So Jesus is here to take that cross off your shoulder, and Mary Magdalene is there too. She's like the divine midwife to help you remove residual energies from the loss of that. Okay, that's very deep. But if you are interested in some kind of womb healing, I have people. I've done a couple of them, but I have people who do things like that I can connect you with, and can really help to facilitate the release of that. Yeah, I know exactly who it would be, and it's funny because she's not in Scotland, but she's in Ireland. So if you're interested in that, she's amazing, 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 amazing. It really, and she's like an interfaith minister too, along with the healer. So, yeah. I have a feeling. I have a feeling more of you have this going on too, and more of you have spirit babies that are around right now. It's like they're this cute little collective of spirit babies that are coming together to make themselves known. I was just telling my daughters the other day about the baby that I lost. I had a miscarriage, and how I thought that, I mean, I'm pretty sure that it was a boy, and that he was meant to be the spirit baby, and he was meant to help awaken me and free me from the toxic situation that I was in. And I was just telling them about him the other day, and I haven't thought about that in quite a while. So that's no coincidence. Okay. Okay, Heart and Beyond. Do me a favor, Debbie, and email me at hawkjourneys@gmail.com. I'm going to put that in the chat right now. hawkjourneys@gmail.com. Just email me so I have your contact information, and I'll get you in touch with her. Okay. That way I can connect you guys. Okay. Wow, that was really beautiful. That was so that when we're opening up to divine relationships and connections, like allowing ourselves to establish divine mother connections and mother child and mother father and things like that, balancing those. She's still here. There's a little bit something else too, and I don't want to go too deeply into it, but it does feel like there's something else here too. That's clear. Life energy. The happy fairy of sunshine brings lots of life-giving energy. She reminds you to shine your light and to reveal anything in the shadows that needs to be healed. So maybe the situation surrounding the loss or something like that. There's something else involving the baby, whether it was the conception or something like that, that needs to be healed too and focused on. Okay. All right. Was there anybody else, or was that everybody? Maggie, did you want one too? You need to heal your inner child wounds to be able to connect deeply with your DM, the healed DF. Yes, of course. Yep. Okay. Cindy, I really loved. Oh, Cindy, hi. I didn't know you were here. When did you get here? Did you say hi earlier? Sorry, the chat's been going crazy. I love these fairy cards too. I haven't used them really maybe once or twice since I got them when I was in England last year. So I really love them too. Thank you. Ask for help. Angels are celestial beings who protect everyone, and the fairies say now is the time for you to ask for angelic assistance. Look at the way that he's reaching down. All the other cards are like all women. They're all women represented on this cards. Yeah, like all the ones that I'm looking at, they're all women. And then this card here, right after, she said something about needing to heal your inner child wounds to be able to connect deeply with your divine masculine. That's when this card comes out. It's almost like asking the higher self of your divine masculine to assist you. That, I also see Jesus as he's representative of the sacred masculine. That's how it shows up to me. And so, asking him for help, asking your guides for help, asking guardian angels for help in establishing what it is that you need to heal right now to move into more divine connection, more divine partnerships in your life. Okay. All right. Well, I think that's everybody. Unless Maggie, I would love to buy. I would love to buy you lunch. Why don't you come over from Florida? Pick a couple of cards for you if you would like for being my moderator. And if not, I can always connect with you later this week too. I really would like to buy you lunch though. That's no joke. Like, come and visit me, or I'll come to you because I'd rather come to Florida. Believe in magic. Open your eyes and see the magic that's all around you in nature. The fairy of the northern lights says you're a part of nature too. So you are magical too. You are magical. Believe in magic. So anything on your divine masculine, we were just talking about how guardian angels are, asking for help from your guardian angels. And this is kind of a message from your guardian angel that says to believe in magic. Believe in the magic of the connection and believe in what your connection can accomplish. Anything on divine masculine, Maggie's divine masculine. All the same cards are coming out tonight. Flourish. The lotus flower fairy tells you to learn from experience and shed your inner light on any unclear areas of your life or those of others. This is kind of like setting boundaries for patterns. Solar plexus clearing. There's a pattern that keeps repeating. There's a pattern that's repeating. That right now you need to learn from that experience and shine your light on it. Because if there's something about him that's unclear, you've seen it before, and 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 you've seen it before. And it is a pattern, and it's a pattern, and it's a pattern. And it feels like a pattern that you're ignoring. Abundance, again. And it feels like this pattern of financial stagnation tends to happen when this pattern with him is going on. It's like it's directly reflecting through financial instability or whatever it is. And so locating that pattern, it's a pattern that he's showing to you. It's coming from inside of you, but he's showing it to you over and over and over and over again. And ignoring it or just being like, well, that's him, or it's up to him to change it or whatever. It's like, no, you got to take that power back inside of you. And there's a pattern that you really got to nip in the bud. New beginnings. Oh, look at this little baby down here too, again with the baby. This fairy godmother heralds the joyous news of a new baby or the birth of a cherished idea. Protect and nurture your ideas as you would a baby. So it feels to me like this new template, this new relationship template that we're crafting, it's giving birth to that new beginning. So, like I said in one of my other posts, it was either on Instagram or one of my other videos the other day. It's like a new beginning is present, a new beginning, a new love is trying to come in. So it's either someone that you know is going to show up in a whole new way, or a whole new person is going to show up. That reading was for you. That reading was for you, Maggie, and you get to choose the path of that and stepping onto that highest timeline by creating and crafting this new relationship template, stepping onto it and accepting it, not accepting the residual old template programs and belief systems and things that are bleeding over. There are things that are bleeding over from your divine masculine, from your connection with him, from the old relationship template that don't apply to this new one. But it's like just accepting it, just accepting it, just accepting it. There is a new beginning waiting to happen for you. Period. It was like silence, just period. That's it's waiting to happen. Nice cat. Thank you. That's Flounder and Romeo down here. I don't know if you can see them both. I'm getting ready to fight. God love them. Okay, good. I'm so glad. Maggie, that new beginning is coming in hot and heavy, fast. That's what I'm hearing. I'm going to pull a timeline card for you too. So that new beginning could be something, a new path, a new relationship, a new person, a new job, a new opportunity, a new house, a new connection, something very new that shifts your trajectory. Feels like a new person, a new influence in your life. A new idea, a new venture. Something hidden is about to come to light. Perhaps a secret or memory at the back of your mind. When we expose what's hidden, we can become free. So it may be what you're ignoring, or the pattern that you're seeing in him that is coming from a hidden place inside of you that you hadn't had a chance or hadn't fully healed yet. That is opening up to, and it looks like she's holding her belly here. It almost looks like she's got a little bit of a belly there. And so that leads to the birth of this new venture. Okay. And transformation. That one was upright in here. Again, with these, it's all the same cards coming up. The fairy tells you to surrender to a transformation in your life that's happening for your highest good. Embrace your transformation. The best is yet to come. Best is yet to come, Mags. All right. Whew. I'm a little spent now. 2 hours and 13 minutes in here. Thank you guys so much for being here. And if you're watching this back later, I can't believe you made it to the end of this and watched 2 hours of it. But I hope you got a lot out of everybody else's readings, because they carry a message for you too, as part of the same collective and carrying similar vibrations as the other people that were here being read. So thank you to those people for bringing those out, for bringing those messages out, and helping other people to grow and to experience a little bit more clarity in their life and in this day and in this moment that they needed. So, okay. Love you guys so much. Okay, here comes the spammer. You can put a user in timeout. The person's going to timeout. Thank you guys for being here. I love you so much. Maggie, thank you for being my moderator. And yeah, more to come. Stay tuned. just keep in mind that all of this energy that's being downloaded today, and for some of you, it may be in the next couple of days. Just know that some other things are going to be stirred up that don't align with this new higher energy that are coming in. So just ride the wave of that, just witness it, just detach from it, and allow yourself to receive the messages just beyond that, and the clearing that happens through that kind of purging. So there may be a little bit of purging in the next couple of days, but it's okay. It's okay. It's going to be it's going to feel very cleansing. Okay. Love you guys so much. Thank you. I'll talk to you soon.